Morning, everybody. Naftali speaking. Welcome to today's session, 4 Pillars in 4 Days. Remember, we are here to make sure that you have your best life in 2024 and beyond. So we are here every Tuesday to Friday, 8 a.m. We are live here on Overcomer241 TikTok channel, and we're going to post the replay at the same place for those that missed the live. And we're going to post also a replay on Naftali Ranto Solutions Facebook page, and also on Naftali Focus Talk YouTube channel. So that is where you'll watch this content to make sure that you have your best life in 2024 and beyond. So today we're going to talk about the poor pillar in your family, the poor pillar in your family. So remember, Monday, I say again, Tuesday, we speak about the pillar in your financial life. I say again, in your spiritual life. Wednesday, in your family. And on Thursday, we talk about the pillar in your health. And then on Friday, we talk about the pillar in your financial life. So to make sure that you have your best life in 2024 and beyond. So today we talk about 3 things: physical health, interpersonal relationships, and economic consequences. So a poor family pillar will affect your health physically. So research has shown that individuals experiencing a family stress may be at a greater risk for various physical health problems, including cardiovascular issues, which is your heart problems, and also immune system deficiencies and chronic conditions like obesity. So people suffering as in the family or having misunderstanding in the families, they stand the risk of having these issues, as research has shown. And the second point is interpersonal relationships. So adults who grew up in a family or families with poor relations may struggle in their own interpersonal relationships in a later stage of their life. So they may have difficulty to trust other people, expressing emotions, and also resolving conflict in a healthy manner. If you grow up in an environment where there is no peace or there is no trust in the family, that also will affect you in a later stage. Maybe you are a teenager or a young one who's growing in an environment that is not so conducive. Later on, remember, we react from what we have experienced. So you won't do something what you have not learned from somewhere. Everything we are doing today, we have learned it from somewhere, because they say every human being is born with a fear of 2 things: a fear of noise, loud noise, and a fear of falling. That is the only 2 things that we are born in this world afraid of. But everything else we learn in this world. We learn in this planet where we are. So if you grew up, your parents are speaking Chinese, you won't speak Sesotho, you won't speak any other language, you want to speak Chinese, because that is where you were brought up. So we learn in this life. So if you learn to grow up in a family that is divided, that will also follow you in your future. So the third point, the last one for today, economic consequences. So a poor family pillar has also negative economic consequences. So family conflict or breakdown can have economic consequence, particularly if it leads to divorce or separation. So if you fight until to a stage where you separate, then that have a very terrible consequence for the economy. And single parent household, for example, may face financial challenges, and that can impact the well-being of both parents as well as the children. So you need to be very, very much concerned about your family well-being. So the well-being of your family matters. So everything else, if you don't have money, but your family is well, you are strong in the family, you are able actually to bounce back. So remember, this family pillar, it is connected to the pillar of your spiritual life. So once you are well with God spiritually, then you are going to be well also with your family. So you will be able to cope with your family issues. So let's go and reflect on the scripture for today. That will show you also the man who had a weak pillar in his spiritual life, and that affected his family. So the book of 1 Samuel, chapter number 13, verse 8 and 9, is the story of this first king of Israel, which was Saul. Saul, he was instructed, or he was told by the prophet Samuel to say he need to wait for him, because they were in a battle But they had to wait for the prophet to come so that he can present the incense. He can present the sacrifice to the Lord, to inquire from God if they could go forward or what. But Saul did not have the patience to wait. So let's read verse number 8. It says, then he waited 7 days according to the time set by Samuel. But Samuel did not come to Gilgal, and the people were scattered from him. People were scattered from Saul. Yes. Now, so Saul said, bring a burnt offering and peace offering here to me. And he offered the burnt offering. Remember, Saul was not the prophet. He was anointed to be the king. But now, because of desperation, because he was not well spiritually with God, he compromised his leadership, or he compromised his kingship for the children of Israel because of desperation. So it means if you are not well also yourself spiritually, that can compromise your family. That can compromise the future that you have. You're supposed to have a future, a bright future, but because of desperation, you end up taking decisions that were not supposed to have been taken because you are in a hurry or you are afraid. So you need to make sure that you are well spiritually, and that will help you actually to take a proper or appropriate decisions also for your family or for your future. So now, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today. So if you are watching me here on TikTok, please follow my channel if you have not yet done so. Of course, it's not compulsory, but if you like the content. And if you are following me on Facebook, do the same also. Follow my page there. And if you're on YouTube, you can subscribe so that you don't miss any of these sessions that we have. And don't forget to comment and share, especially if you're watching this on a replay. For those that are watching me now on TikTok, if you're watching me on a replay, don't forget to comment. I acknowledge all comments and I don't delete any comments. No matter how negative it is, I will try to respond in an appropriate way, hopefully. But if not, it might sound a little bit aggressive, but that is how you have also commented. So what you give, you are also going to get. But I will not be rude for no particular reason. Actually, I'm a very quiet guy, very peaceful man. I'm not so rude. So now, ladies and gentlemen, next week, Thursday, on the 25th, those in Bloemfontein, we have our next workshop. Every 2 weeks, we are having a workshop here in Bloemfontein, and we want to go throughout the whole country and also neighboring African countries. Later on, we'll go into the whole global community because we are in a mission to eradicate poverty. We are in a mission to make sure people do well spiritually, people do well in the family, people do well in the health, and lastly, people do well financially speaking. So those are the 4 areas that we are targeting on to make sure that we eradicate poverty in those areas. So thank you so much for watching, and may God bless you. As we are already in winter time, we also have products for winter for you to stay warm. We have products that you can apply on your body, on your skin, for you to enjoy your winter. Those struggling with painful joints, I know on this time of the winter it is getting terrible, and those struggling with arthritis as well, in this time it's just getting, those who were once operated, this time it is very painful. So we have some products that can help you to relieve the pain, to relieve you from being exposed to too much cold as well, because the winter is already here in Bloemfontein. You see I'm wearing a jacket already, but we are pushing on. We are not going to back down. We are not going to run away, because winter has been here and we cannot stop doing what we have to do because of the winter. Yes, sometimes it's not easy, especially to exercise outside, because the weather is so terrible. So we might get ourselves actually being more injured, because some of us, we train very hard when we do it. So, but yeah, I'm still looking at my program and I will adjust. You will see me very soon coming up again with my exercises here, but it's just very cold now in Bloemfontein. So thank you so much for watching. We meet again tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. discussing the pillar in your health to make sure that you have your best life in 2024 and beyond. This is Naftali Ranto, and I'm signing off. Goodbye.